Welcome back to Learn WordPress. So today what we're going to do is take a look at the blog page. So up here in our menu, we've got blog. And we'll go ahead and click that. And that's going to take us to the blog layout page. So this is our blog page. And as we scroll down, we have all these different blog posts. If we click on an image, it will launch just the image. And it looks like we can kind of scroll through all the blog images as well. We can zoom in. And if we want to see the blog post, we're going to come down to the link and click on the title. And that's going to launch the single blog post. So our blog is on the left here. And over here is what's called a sidebar. And so this is information that might be interesting for someone who's reading a blog. It's going to have recent posts and click links. It's going to have any recent comments, archives, categories, and metadata. Now, you can control what you see here. So this is a widget inside of WordPress, and we can go into the widget and control what we see and what we don't see. The first thing we're going to do is go ahead and just make a fake blog post, and I'll show you how that works. So we're going to come up here to Edit Post. And this is a look at that specific post inside of WordPress and what it looks like. What we want to do is actually create a new post. And there's a couple different ways. We can come over here and hit Add New, or you can come up here and add plus New Post. So we'll go ahead and do that. We will add. So we've added first blog post as our title. I want to come down here and show you this. So this edit or snippet preview is the SEO. So this is our Yoast SEO plugin. And down here is where we're going to be putting in information. And you're going to need to add that information to this plugin so it's searchable. Now the title is already kind of set out and ready to go, so you can see it's going to be first blog post and dash WordPress page separator title site blah 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 blah. So it's all ready to go. We can have a slug. I'll just call this blog for now. And then we're going to need a meta description, and so a meta description is going to be kind of what this page is about. So I'll just type one in now, just because it's going to be real generic. Okay, so I just typed in a whole bunch of generic information. But notice that this turned green when I was typing, and that's telling me, hey, I have enough information for the meta description. If I was go over or add too much information, this would go back to yellow. You know you've got this done correctly when that's done screen. So we can slide back up here and go to what we want to do. So we want to probably add an image. Now the way I'm going to add an image in this is we could come in here and go plus, and we're going to add a block and then an image. But in this case, I'm going to add the image with the featured image. So we're going to go set featured image. Now the featured image is going to be the image that's displayed whenever there's a Google search, and it goes along with this Yoast SEO. So we will just come here. And we're just going to pick a generic image that doesn't have anything to do with blog posts. But we'll just do this wonderful fields here. We'll call this Learn WordPress Post. All copy. I'm just going to paste that in there. Even though this photo doesn't have anything to do with that. You get what I'm doing. You know, the photo, I'm explaining what the photo is about. So we'll go ahead and hit select. So now it displays this little featured image here, and this is going to be the image that's featured in this block. So next we're going to come here, and we are going to click on paragraph. So paragraph is basically what you're going to do to basically type or write a blog post. So I'm just going to paste in some text here. So paste. So lorem ipsum, we're just going to use that as the text. I'm not going to spend the time. So when you're typing, you can come in here and change some information. So anything that you would want to use in here. And there's also a few other basic options that you have. But we're going to be good with that. So I'm going to click on preview just to show you what this is going to look like. And you can see by adding that featured image, it's actually adding that image to the top of our gallery. So that's the reason I didn't actually add it to the post. I added it to the featured image. If you're only going to use one image, you want to add it as the featured image, not directly into one of the blocks. And so here we have some information. We can leave a reply, and we've got all this metadata over here as well. So we'll go back and click on Edit Post. So if I want to add another block to this, I can come up here and add block. So I've got gallery. I can scroll down and see if there's anything else that I might want. So common blocks, gallery, blah, 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 blah. I can add an image. I'll go to my media library because I'm just going to use one of the images that I have. We'll just use this right here. And we'll hit select. And now that image is added to this post. And if I go to preview, you will see that. So what we will have is our featured image, then our text below it. So our featured image here, our text, and then below that we have that secondary image. And you can add whatever you want. It doesn't have to be an image. Now, when this post gets read by Google, this image, because it's the featured image, will be the one that is displayed on the preview, or that snippet that we saw earlier. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hit Edit Post. There's a few more things that we need to fill out. So right here we have categories. You can add categories if there's not one that you see right here. So right now I could add a new category. I could call this blog post. And if I wanted it under a specific category, we could, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna leave it as kind of the top end of that. And it doesn't have a gallery, and you could add whatever you want there. Any tags? So tags would be like keywords. In this case, we would use WordPress Blog flowers blog post. We'll just leave it at that. So those are our tags. And basically that's all the information that we have. So then we are going to go ahead and hit publish. Now if you didn't want to publish this, you could click here and save this as a draft and publish it later. But we're going to go ahead and hit publish. And publish. And then it's going to post that on our page. If I want to view that post, I can click on view post. And it is going to view, show us that post. And if I come back here and click on blog, notice that our first blog is now going to be this first blog post that we see here. So I can click on first blog post, and then it would show us that blog post. You can see it's really easy to add a blog post to a web page. It's not really that difficult. So we're going to go back up here to the dashboard and go down to widgets. So right here we have contact sidebar, and then right here we have main sidebar. So main sidebar was what we saw in our blog post, and this was the information that was available. Now we haven't set up this gallery, so we didn't see this, but if we wanted to set it up, we could. For right now, I think I'm going to delete this because I don't usually have gallery images in the image. So I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. And now we've deleted that from our page. Anything that we want over here, we can put over here. So let's say I don't want the metadata. I can hit delete and that will be gone. I can always come back and grab it from over here. So here's the metadata, and drag it and put it up over there. So we've got recent comments. Let's see. Let's say we had a calendar and we wanted to use a calendar. I could drag the calendar and put it anywhere in here. So I can give this a title. And then hit save. And now if I go back and hit view blog post, notice that the calendar appears on that sidebar. So this is how you edit this widget or the side menu that you see inside of a blog post. Now this is what's available. You could always go into WordPress and download new types of widgets to add to your sidebar if you want. So if there was something specific you wanted, you could easily get it. But this is definitely what is available. So right here we have these social media icons. So this was something I downloaded, so I can come up here and add those to my image. Please like and follow us. Save. Done. We're good. We can go back up to that blog post. We should be able to recycle this, and then hopefully that will be showing. And yep, so there are the social media widgets. Now, I don't think I filled any of these out so they go directly to my web page yet, but it was that easy to put that stuff in. Really no work at all. And these widgets are really easy to add to just about any page that you would want to, wherever you would want to add them to. So that is how you edit a blog post or add a new blog post to a WordPress page. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those below. And don't forget to subscribe.